So this is about a POW camp that had so many enemies that it was going to get blown up. Its destiny was to get blown up. And the more you learn about it, you'll see why. Because it was a situation where both it was could be overlooked that it's a potential human shield incident, but it's also, and that has to do with the fact that it's not on the vanguard of the front line, but it's within the technology and possibility of becoming confused with the fog of war, confusion, chaos, and the changing nature of information, that they might have no longer regarded it as a POW camp or thought it was occupied by soldiers. So even if they did know that it was soldiers, they could plausibly deny blowing it up. And then on the other aspect, that there's a certain amount of intelligence that you can get from being shot at first. So and I watched other videos. This is not my content. This is a collaboration of a compilation. There was the scenario is right for everybody to try to have their cake and eat it too, who is not affected by actually having bombs and missiles rain down on them directly. It's like they preferred a certain amount of jeopardy and limbo because of the confusion and energetic confusion and the ability for everybody in their emotions to defend their prince. He could never do such a thing. He would never allow, or he would never, or they would never bomb innocent or people who have been taken off of active duty off the front line. And if they're not a threat, like that would be considered an atrocity. Why would they let them do it? But the thing is, how are they not going to do it? You know, everybody's willing to do mental gymnastics if they're necessary. It's not advantageous to ask too many questions, even for a common person, because of attracting attention from weird internet people I don't know. And their main thing is to signal virtue. You know what I mean? Sort of like, what are you saying, that they should be able to afford these prisoners of war conditions of a nice prison or something like that? That's not my that is not my concern. You know, second of all, right, it's in the Geneva Convention. You're supposed to move POWs that are taken out of off of the front line, anywhere within range of the munitions and ordinances that's being detonated. And if the military is not expertise on military shit, then who the fuck is? So there's a lot of territory that the Russians captured that they could have just put them on a bus and had them closer to their border, outside the range of the missiles, right? So it looks like they were it's like a reconnaissance / human shield. And then because they wanted to know about if they're aware of the activities that are being conducted around enough to where if you made this look like, and then if you made it look like a compound, would the Ukrainians blow up their own people? Because you made it look like a mistake. Are you going to assume that all these generals are friends and gets along, and they're not going to push the pebble on each other? Like do you think So it's like that POW camp was not gonna not get blown up no matter what the fuck. It was already gonna get blown up. And I'm getting idealism arguments. So it's like they'll say like, you know, the one about why do you think they should afford them a good prison, you know what I mean? And then there's like the one about why don't they, if it was a human shield, wouldn't the human shield be out front, not in the back, 20 miles away? And I'm like, dude, they blew the fucking building up with a missile. They were watching it with a fucking drone. And so I'm already like, I'm pissed off because that's not the only place the Orthodoxy is under attack either. The Horn of Africa, where we get even less information about anything. And then to make up for the fact that there's less information coming out of the Horn of Africa about or fighting on the border with Somalia, or if Afwerki and Abiy Ahmed enemies got together behind the people's back to set up a Chinese military style junta, and then legal style annexation of Tigray, right? Then nobody knows about any of this, and then the celebrities and get a hashtag going on Twitter, and they're saying no more, you know, because and then their narrative is given to them, you know, and it's going to be to protect the Nobel laureate, you know what I mean? It's going to say that, oh, Ethiopia must be under attack, you know what I mean? Not the Mokanen, the Meneleks, the oldest part of Ethiopia that's Orthodox Christians. We're just gonna taking your shit, and then pretend. You know, it's like, I don't know, I guess he who feels it knows it. Somehow I managed to be able to say anything, but I can't indict war crimes and atrocities. I can only indict celebrities for doing a hashtag and crying about no more. What do you mean, like no more information? No more what? No more, like, how are you going to put it into the insanity then? What are you talking about no more? And it's like, oh, you don't just get to ask questions, bruh. We are not doing that. You can't be doing that out here. Like, what? You know what I mean? What? What the fuck? What am I doing now? I was asking a question before. My question was about the possibility, to entertain the possibility that it could be in human shield event with the POW camp, right? Even knowing that the POW camp is 20 miles from the front line. And everybody's saying reasonable, but I think that they're arguing partially. It's a little bit arbitrary, even though it makes all the sense that they're saying that the missile could have come from either the Russians or bombing themselves, or the Ukrainians bombing their own fucking people. Maybe they fucking both decided to look the other way, and since they knew it was coming, they're not going to just betray the schism for their own advantageousness. That if there is a schism on the other side, that they should nourish it and foster it and help it to grow. That's sick, huh? That's just sick. I can't believe people want to kill and do sick stuff. But they're just old dope fiends, and that comes down to they didn't want to they don't want to acknowledge that they're just sick puppies. Like, you're just some sick puppies. And then, you know what I mean? If Zelensky or fucking Hunter Biden makes another video and fucking they're acting weird and fucking using a picture frame, your family picture frame, to fucking snort cocaine lines off of it. Zelensky was fucking had lines and fucking he was using a fucking flat side of a picture frame to crush coke. And doing all kind of actor shit, like he's doing all kind of like be strong, like fucking like we're watching a fucking telenovelas. Then that shit disappears. I don't know why we needed it though. Why did we need to see that and then it just disappear? Are you doing it on purpose? You're doing that dumb shit on purpose. What, snorting lines off a fucking table? Oh, god damn, dude. Galaxy brains.